Okay, I know folks will be filtering in as I'm speaking, so I'll put some reminders into the chat as well. Welcome to the Association for Independent Maryland and DC Schools, this virtual college fair. So happy to have you either live or watching this recording. A few things that are very important, as you'll see on the screen, your microphone and your camera are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. If you have a question for our panelists, please use the Q&A button that's either at the top or bottom of your screen. That's the only way you can ask a question during this 45-minute session. But do not fret. Oftentimes, these folks will give you their contact information or whom to contact, and reaching out to them is so important in the next steps of finding out if that is a good fit for you. So please feel free to ask questions during this session if you feel up to it, but know that you can always contact them yourself. You can sign up for more sessions the same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of this is available on our website at strivescan.com. And I'll put that in the chat as well. It'll be pushed out to everyone who registered, of course, our panelists, and on our website for folks to view. All right. With that, we're going to kick it off with Pace University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for that introduction. Let me go ahead and start the slideshow. So my name is Jessica Drennan. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Pace. I am the admission representative for Maryland, DC, and Virginia. So I will be putting my contact information in the chat. You can always reach out to me with questions. Pace University is a 4-year private university located in New York. We do have 2 campuses, and I will talk a little bit about that later on. At Pace, we have something that we like to call your Pace Path. It's sort of like every student's individualized roadmap. It's how we combine your academic growth with your personal growth and your professional growth. So every student, when they first come to Pace, is required to take a class called University 101. University 101 is a pass-fail course, so it's really just for the student's benefit. And in University 101, they will ask you questions such as, do you want to study abroad? How many internships do you want to do? Do you want to double major? Do you want to add a minor? Do you want to have a major and 2 minors? They'll ask you all these questions so that you can start planning out your PACE path while keeping your eye on the prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So you get a lot of mentorship at Pace. This class really helps you adjust from being a senior in high school to a freshman in college. We do have 6 schools within Pace University, and we do have more than 100 undergraduate majors. No matter what major you choose, the average classroom size is about 20 students in a classroom. So fairly small classroom sizes, and you got a lot of one-on-one time with your professor. You are never sitting in a huge lecture hall with 300 students. Our Dyson College of Arts and Sciences is our widest umbrella of majors. Criminal justice, biology, our School of Performing Arts, those all fall within our Dyson College. Another one of our big schools is our Lubin School of Business, which we actually were founded as a business school back in 1905. 90% of PACE undergraduates are employed or continuing education within 6 months of graduation. So you can go to career services at PACE. We have our own department for career services. You can go as early as your freshman year. Even if you're an undecided major, you can tell them what your interests are, and they'll tell you where we've sent students in the past, and they'll help you apply to those internships. I know students who have done 3 or 4, even 5 internships throughout their time at Pace. Being where we are in the New York metro area, there is no shortage of companies looking for those young new interns, and career services is there to get you those placements. So a little bit more about our location. Our New York City campus is in downtown Manhattan, right in the financial district of New York. We are right next to the Brooklyn Bridge. We are across the street from City Hall. We're about a 5-minute walk away from the World Trade Center, and we're about a 5-minute walk away from Wall Street. Something cool about the New York City campus is a lot of New York City schools are spread out, but Pace is not. It is all within a 5-block radius of each other, so you never have to take the subway to get to class. Everything is right there in walking distance. We do have 4 residence halls within that 5-block radius. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years, as long as you submit your deposit by May 1st, but it's also never required, so students can live on campus or off campus. That is completely up to you. And then we also have our Westchester County campus. So I forgot to mention before, Pace overall is a small to medium-sized school. We have about 8,000 undergraduate students. About 6,000 of those students are on the New York City campus, and about 2,000 are on the Westchester campus. Westchester County is just north of New York City. So the students on the Westchester County campus do kind of have the best of both worlds, where you have easy access into New York, but you are on a more traditional college campus in a suburban area. This campus is 200 acres of land. It's home to our nature trails, our environmental center, and also our Division II athletics. So any students who are interested in playing a sport, you would be on the Westchester campus. When you are applying, we are on the Common App, as well as we have our own Pace University application. But if you're already doing the Common App and that's easier for you, then go right ahead and do that. We have no preference between the two. The average GPA for an incoming student is a 3.3, which is equivalent to an 88 if your school goes on a scale out of 100. 3.3 is the average GPA, so half the students fall above that and half fall below. And we do have a very holistic reviewing process of the application. So we're not just going to look at your GPA and make a decision. We really want to understand where you're coming from as an applicant. We ask for 2 letters of recommendation. They do need to be academic. We ask for your personal statement or essay, and then PACE is fully test optional. So we do not require SAT or ACT scores. You will still be considered for merit scholarship, and you will still be considered for PACE's honors college. We do have early action, early decision, and regular decision. Early decision is that binding application, where early action is non-binding. So that just means you get your decision back a little bit earlier. If there are any students who are interested in applying to our School of Performing Arts, the academic application is due by December 15th. And then there is an online pre-screen and audition process. When you apply, you are automatically considered for merit scholarships. You don't have to do anything extra. All you do is apply and you have that automatic consideration, and you find out how much scholarship you're getting when you get your decision letter. So $26,000 is the average amount of merit scholarship that is given to students each year. And that is also separate from financial aid, which you can apply for through the FAFSA. So that's how you can get a financial aid package from the federal government. And about 95% of our first year students do receive financial aid. So the vast majority of students are not paying the full sticker price tuition. I know that was a lot of information in a short period of time, but this is my contact information. I will also drop it in the chat. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions throughout the application process. Thank you so much. I'll pass it over to the next school.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Spelman College.
Hello, good evening. Let me start sharing. All right. So good evening. My name is Latrina Fisher, and I serve as the Associate Director of Admission for Spelman College, as well as the Territory Manager for students residing in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. It's my pleasure to be here with you all this evening. So a little bit about Spelman. So Spelman College is a historically Black college and a global leader in the education of women of African descent. Additionally, the college is recognized among the nation's top liberal arts colleges by US News and World Report, and as the #1 HBCU in the nation for 15 years consecutively. Spelman is located 5 minutes from downtown in the heart of Atlanta, a city filled with Southern charm, rich history, and a vibrant arts and culture scene. Home to 18 Fortune 500 companies and the busiest airport, the city of Atlanta has a lot to offer our students. Spelman is a member of the Atlanta University Center Consortium, or affectionately called the AUC, which is the world's oldest and largest associations of historically Black colleges and universities. The institutions that make up the AUC are Spelman College, Morehouse College, Clark Atlanta University, and Morehouse School of Medicine. So speaking of Spelman's total student body, it's comprised of about 2,200 students from 43 states and 13 foreign countries. But when you take into consideration the total population of the AUC, Spelman students are surrounded by approximately 10,000 students. Still a small campus community, Spelman students enjoy an 11:1 student-faculty ratio, or an average class size of 23. So our intimate classrooms are ideal environments to cultivate great academic relationships between our faculty and peers. And serving at the helm of Spelman's leadership is our president, Dr. Mary Schmidt-Campbell, who is the college's 10th president, and she's a visible part of the Spelman experience. Spelman College offers 34 majors and minors, including dual degree programs in nursing and engineering. We offer challenging academic programs in the arts, humanities, social sciences, and STEM disciplines. Our top programs of study are biology, economics, English, political science, and psychology. And for those wanting to major in a creative discipline, Department of Art and Visual Culture offers majors in documentary filmmaking, photography, dancing choreography, as well as minors in art history and curatorial studies. In this department, students create original works using various digital technologies in our innovation lab, a space that further enhances the majors within the division. So no matter what you decide to major in, be confident and reassured that our curriculum and our pedagogy is directly tied to our mission, centering both the Black woman's experience and point of view. So at Spelman, we take a holistic approach to admissions. While the student's academic record is important, we take a number of other factors into consideration when reviewing applications for admission. We review the academic record of the student, also the rigor and things that you're involved in, activities, service is really important, and all those things together is what helps us make our decision. So with that said, we do not have a set academic profile at Spelman. Let me back up. We do not have a minimum requirement. We do have a academic profile that we use to benchmark our students. So students that have an academic program of a 3.8 weighted GPA or higher fare very well in our application process. We have 3 application deadlines: early decision, which is November 1st, that's our binding deadline; early action, November 15th, that is our early non-binding deadline; and then also regular decision. If students are at or above our academic profile, we highly encourage you to apply early action. And for those students who need more time to add to their application, we encourage you to apply a regular decision, which is February 1st. The only place you can find our application is Common App. To complete your application, you would include an essay, 2 letters of recommendation from your counselor and a teacher, your official high school transcript, and if you're taking dual enrollment courses or college courses during the summer, an official college transcript would also be required. We are test optional at the moment. An announcement for the upcoming class of 2023, that decision has not yet been made, but will be announced by May 1st to help our rising seniors get their application packets and everything together to be reviewed. So I would highly recommend for those of you who are not on Spelman's mailing list to do so. So there's a number of ways to contact us to get the information you need. As I stated in the beginning, I'm Latrina Fisher, and I am the representative for students in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So you can reach out to me with any questions. Also, we encourage our students to engage with us through social media. So on all the social media platforms, our student ambassadors also have a Instagram page where prospective students and our admitted students engage with our ambassadors to ask them questions and to receive feedback from a student perspective. So I hope to connect with you all, and thank you so much for your time this evening.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have North Carolina State University.
All right, everyone. My name is Lucas Weir. I'm an admissions counselor in our Office of Undergraduate Admissions here at NC State. I'm also a recent graduate of NC State, so I can provide you some of that student involvement side of things if you would like me to, but we'll go ahead and get started with the presentation. So NC State is the largest public university in the state of North Carolina. We have roughly 36,000 total students, and about 25,000 of these students make up our undergraduate population. We're lucky enough to have students from all 100 counties here in North Carolina, students from all across the United States, and about 120 different countries around the world. Our campus is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh is the capital of the state of North Carolina and provides many professional as well as social and professional benefits for our students. On the professional side, Raleigh is a major city with companies such as IBM, Red Hat, and Cisco looking to hire NC State students, as well as offer them jobs or internships while they're here on campus. On the social side, Raleigh has everything from concert venues, parks, museums, art galleries, you name it. It truly is a great city to get out and explore if you're looking to get off campus for a while. Research is a large part of who we are as a university. We are a public research intensive university, which means all of our faculty members are engaged in some form of research, and we offer those research opportunities for our undergraduate students. We have over 700 student organizations across our campus, and this really helps our students find their niche within our larger community. So while we are a very large institution, we do offer a variety of ways to help students find those communities and make NC State feel like home. Student organizations vary from athletic clubs, student leadership organizations, multicultural student organizations. So you'll more than likely find your niche within those 700 student organizations we have here on campus. If you are interested in studying abroad, we do offer over 230 study abroad programs across the university. Our most popular destination is Prague, Czech Republic. This is home to the NC State European Center, so it's basically an NC State satellite campus located in Prague, which is really cool. But the great thing about our study abroad programs are that they are very flexible, so you can study abroad for a whole year, just a semester, 2 weeks. You can do a spring break study abroad. You really can tailor it to your needs. We offer over 100 different majors and minors across 10 colleges here at NC State. There on the screen, you can see our top 5 most popular academic programs. We are a STEM-based institution, so many of our students are pursuing a degree in the STEM field, but all of our degree programs do offer students ample resources to aid them in their education. That exploratory studies program is our undecided major here at NC State. This is advising intensive, so you work closely with your advisor to help take your passions and interests in life and apply that directly to a major here at NC State. When you apply to NC State, you apply directly to the program you are interested in. On your application, you list your first choice and your second choice major. And then if you are admitted, you will be admitted directly into that program you are admitted into. So we have 2 application windows here at NC State. We encourage you to apply early action if you can. This ensures that you will receive priority consideration when it comes to scholarships and housing. We do have a first-year live-on requirement, so all first-year students are required to live on campus for at least your first year. And we do offer a wide variety of scholarship and financial aid opportunities at NC State. For all of our out-of-state students, I would encourage you to check out our Park Scholarship. And this is a 4-year full-ride scholarship available to any student graduating from a high school inside of the United States. And it is a free ride, so go to school for free, which is really cool. If you are interested in one of our studio-based majors, this includes graphic design, architecture, industrial design, and art and design. You must apply early action, and the same goes for our students who are interested in the Honors and Scholars Program. You must apply early action as well. If you can't apply early action, that's totally fine. We do offer the regular decision window, and you can see the dates and deadlines listed there on the screen. Now, no matter when you apply to NC State, no matter when you receive your decision, you must confirm your enrollment by that May 1st confirmation deadline. So what makes a complete application? You can apply through the Common App or the Coalition app. We do not have a preference. It's completely up to you. But once you submit the application and pay the application fee, you'll then submit your official high school transcript, and we will be requiring SAT and ACT scores as a part of your application for the 2023 and beyond admission cycles. And then what do we look at? So how do you be a competitive applicant in terms of application review here at NC State? We do conduct a holistic review. Here on the screen are just some of the things we look at. We do look at academic achievement. Obviously, good grades are important when you're applying to college. We want to see A's and B's, mostly A's, but we also want to see that you're taking a competitive course curriculum. And this means you're taking the honors, AP, IB courses that they're offered at your high school. As I mentioned before, we look at your SAT and ACT scores. We also look at your interest in the major that you're applying for. You can show this interest through the courses you're taking at your high school, any jobs, internships, or any outside involvement as well. We do look at accomplishments and involvement outside of the classroom. This can be anything from sports, honor societies, clubs, you name it. This really helps us get to know you outside of the 4 walls of your classroom. We understand that not everyone comes from the same background. Not everyone is afforded the same opportunities. So we do take this into account when reviewing your application. And then all this culminates into your individual story. At the end of the day, you're more than just a GPA. You're more than just an application number. We want to get to know you as a person. And the essays and short answer questions really help us get to do that. That concludes my presentation. If you'd like to visit us down in Raleigh, you can schedule a campus visit there at that first link. If you do have any more questions, we do not have any regional representatives here at NC State, but all of our undergraduate admission staff are dedicated to helping you out. So you can email us at the email provided. Thank you all.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Williams College.
Wonderful. Just give me 1 second while I set everything up. All right. Hi, friends. Just by way of introduction, my name is Lance Leday. I'm one of the admissions counselors here in Williamstown, Massachusetts, kind of a locale in the northwest corner of Massachusetts, about 3 hours west of Boston, about 3 hours northeast of New York City. We're a rural campus, and we're made up of about 2,100 students, and we kind of come from all over the country, all over the world, and we're really I think when you think of the spectrum of colleges, of how the community kind of comes together and works together, learns together, we're a very supportive campus. The academics here at Williams are really incredible, but I think just, as a staff member, as someone who actually recently graduated from Williams, we're really humbled and really so very happy to be able to have, an incredible amount of resources to invest into our academics, but also to have academics or an academic culture rather that is very supportive, and having students that really love to work together and work to lift each other up rather than kind of try and one up each other. So just kind of by way of numbers, at Williams, we have a student to faculty ratio of 7-to-1 that leads to really kind of a fulfillment of the liberal arts promise, being able to get to know your professor very well, for your professor to be able to know you both as an academic, but also as a person in this broader Williamstown community. Class sizes are going to be small. You're going to find that our average class size is 13. Maybe at the very beginning of your time when you're taking your first intro class, that might be larger. You might have an intro, economics class. It's 40 or 50 students, but that'll probably be the largest class you have, and it'll only get smaller from there. And that is great for a lot of students. And, it's not to say that is always good. Some students prefer kind of the anonymity that comes from bigger class sizes. Having small class sizes give you incredible opportunities to talk to professors and get to know them. It also gives you a lot of responsibility, right? You have to do your reading. You have to be ready to get called on to. But all of it is to say, if you have something that you're interested in studying, you have an incredible opportunity to do that here at Williams. And we have over 700 courses offered every academic year, over 65 areas of study. And just one important note about the kind of way our curriculum is divided is at Williams, we have 3 academic divisions. You can see them on screen here. Before you graduate, we require all of our students to complete 3 classes in each of these 3 divisions, regardless of your major. So this idea is we want you to get a little bit of breadth, across the curriculum, even while you're getting pretty deep into whatever major you're interested in. Talking about flexibility, students have a lot of flexibility here at Williams, and about 40% of our students in this last year and kind of historically choose to double major, and they do so broadly across the curriculum. 143 double major combinations in the class of 21, and that's pretty representative of Williams students as a whole. They're always very curious, very interesting, and what I would always call is very weird, right? They're very interested in the things they're interested in, and I've had friends who said that their favorite classes were, lunchtime, because they're just constantly having these very intellectually engaging conversations. So Williams, that's something you're more than welcome to have, and in fact, it is encouraged. Now, speaking of academics at Williams, we have to mention the tutorial, something that we're really honored to be able to offer to students. So blatantly stolen from the Oxford University model, the tutorial is a class format that we offer to over 700 students every year. And it's a class format that is just one professor and 2 students. So this photo on screen is a tutorial. The idea is that weekly, the 3 folks meet. One student is kind of the lead presenter for the class. They present kind of an original piece of work, be that a musical composition, a problem set, a paper. And then the other student presents an academic critique. And this kind of critique and major presentation serves as the springboard for conversation for the week. And the professor is there really as a moderator rather than a lecturer. And so if you're interested in really getting to know a professor one-on-one, it's a really great opportunity, but again, also a lot of responsibility. And so I always like to note that you don't have to take tutorials, they're not required, but you're certainly able to if you want to. And more than 50% of our students choose to do so. At Williams, research is kind of happening all over the board. If you're interested in research opportunities in specific programs, I recommend looking at our website or reaching out to me after this presentation. But just kind of broadly, the nice thing about going to a small school, a liberal arts college that doesn't have a graduate program, means that any kind of research that's going on will still require, obviously, the professor that's doing the research, as well as students to help out. And you are those students here at Williams. You are going to be in the lab. You're going to be helping professors. You won't just be watching and taking notes. And so 40-something% of our students, 41% of our students conduct research with faculty during their time at Williams. And it's incredibly easy, incredibly available early on in whatever discipline you'd like to, in whatever division you're interested in. I want to know for a second, just kind of life at Williams. So the Williams entry, I think, is important to mention. Your kind of first year at Williams is very intentionally constructed. You're going to be living with 30 other first years. You're going to have 3 to 4 junior advisors to kind of give guidance and act as a mentor throughout your process. So all that is to say, just know that you will be supported as a student the first year you're at Williams, and that support will only continue kind of as you build even more friendships along the way at Williams. I want to mention for a second, study away as well. You can study away at any college. I think just some things that are important to note at Williams is that we're really flexible about the way we allow study away. And I want to just specifically mention one program that a lot of students find interesting, which is our Williams Exeter program at Oxford. It's a year-long program. You know, of course, for other programs, you can study abroad for a semester, a year. It's up to you. But it's the WIPO program is a year-long program where students go to Oxford University. They're full students at Oxford. And they're able to take any class in the Oxford curriculum. So if you're interested in engaging rigorously, all the classes at Oxford are in the tutorial format. If you're interested in that format, it's a full year of tutorials, and you also get to go to Oxford. And it's something that a lot of students are really interested in doing. About 26 juniors go to that every year, and just generally about half of our students study abroad during their time at Williams. I'm a little over time, so we're going to kind of go to just the last slide here, which is affordability. You know, affordability is an incredibly important topic just in general. So not just at Williams, but at any college you're going to, you know, you want to focus on the fit, how well you'll fit into that college, but also the ways in which that college will support you. And at Williams, we, in my mind, put our money where our mouth is. So we meet 100% demonstrated financial need for all of our students, and just kind of by the numbers, half of our students are on financial aid, and about 20% of our students don't pay anything to attend Williams. And so, like I said, need blind for all of our applicants. If you're interested to see what that would look like for you, there are 2 calculators on our website. I recommend filling out both or one or the other. One's a little quicker. It's a little bit less precise. The other one's about a 20-30 minute calculator. It's a little bit more precise, but of course, a little bit more strenuous as well. But feel free to check both of those out, and then reach out if you have any questions about the ways that Williams will support you with financial aid. But perfect. With that, I will turn it over back to Christy, and we'll get to questions.
All right, great. So if I can have all my panelists turn their camera on. Awesome. I'm going to share my screen here for you folks. In the same order that you presented, if you could tell us, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
My best bit of advice would be, especially for students, if you are juniors now, is to start looking for outside scholarships. So I know that all of us, all the panelists today talked about financial aid and merit scholarship, but I would advise looking for outside scholarship early on during your senior year. A lot of students wait until it's close to May 1, but there are a lot of third-party outside scholarships resources that are available for students. So talk to your school counselor, do some research on the web, and see if you could find outside scholarship resources.
Yeah, great advice. I would add to that, for juniors to use this upcoming summer wisely, and be strategic about what you do and fulfill in terms of your college search during the summer. So really big things that you should look into before actually leaving high school for the summer is to get your recommenders in order. Counselors, your teachers, they're all very busy in the fall. So, and they are being asked by more than one of your classmates. So you kind of want to be first in line to get that letter of rec, because at a point, I'm sure that teacher or counselor will have to say no at a point, and so some students may have to look elsewhere. So starting early with your recommenders is great, and then also just getting your resume together. College essays, want to know about you and what you can bring to the table. And so looking at your resume, seeing all the things you've done over your high school career can really help you put those things into words when it comes time to write essays and advocate for yourself.
Honestly, my biggest piece of advice is just the tour. Yes, academics are important, but more than likely you'll be spending 4 or more years at this, institution that you choose to make your home really. So make sure you go out to campus, get out if you can, find a place that you really can, see yourself, studying as well as living. Find a place that really feels like home, and that's my biggest piece of advice.
I think all the advice has been really excellent. The only thing I'll add, actually, just to Latrina's point, when you're writing your college essay, when you're putting together your application, I remember as a student, I was always trying to think, like, what would the person reading my application want to hear, or want to kind of know about me. And I think that's the wrong attitude. I think that, you really just want to be as authentic as possible, and let us know as much about you as possible. I always tell students that we can't know anything about you that you don't tell us. And so any kind of ambiguity, we're just left with. And so, there's an additional information section on the application. Feel free to use that to express any kind of, additional information that you might need. But anyway, be authentic and just talk about yourself. We're curious.
Great, very good advice. We have one more question for you folks to go through, if you could. What's one thing you would want students to remember about your school? Same order.
So for PACE, I would really emphasize the hands-on learning experiences. So we really do emphasize hands-on learning right through your academics. A lot of ways for you to do research or get involved, or even the way your classes are taught, you're getting that hands-on experience, but also where we are. So again, with career services and our internship department, we have almost 9,000 internship opportunities for students. We really are in the heart of New York City. So no matter what your interests are, there's something that we could launch you to your success story. So where we are and that hands-on learning and hands-on experience that we offer is what I hope students take away about PACE.
So for Spelman, for those who are interested in Spelman, I would like to just highlight that as an all-women's college, sisterhood and the connection between our students and then our students and faculty and staff is really important. And that a lot of times is that community that assists you as a student to get through the highs and lows through your college experience. And as Lucas mentioned, this is somewhere you're going to spend 4 years. So not only do you want to look at if an institution has your major that you want to study, but look at the community and see how it rallies around you and supports you, through resources and tools and information to get you not only to your senior year, but to a successful place as an alumna of the institution. So that's something that Spelman will definitely ensure you will have as a student.
Yeah, and kind of going off what Latrina just said, NC State is home of the Wolfpack, and as cheesy as it may sound, you really do join, a family when you are admitted to our university. You can really see that either whether it's in the classroom, on game days at the football stadium or the basketball court. The Wolfpack Nation really does show out. And we do offer a variety of resources to help you succeed in both, the academic as well as social arenas as well. So I really want students to take away, you really do join a family should you come and, join us down in Raleigh.
I think just one thing to I guess take away from Williams. I'll just briefly share a tradition we have that we celebrate every fall. It's called Mountain Day, and so basically one of the first 3 Fridays of every October. We don't know which. It's a random one. The president wakes up, decides it's too beautiful outside, cancels all the classes. All the students, hike up a mountain, sing songs, the bells ring, whatever. I think it's actually a really great tradition that speaks to kind of the broader kind of feeling at Williams, which is students are intensely focused and intensely intellectual, intensely curious, but at the same time, I think that they never really forget that they're part of this broader community. They're located in this kind of beautiful mountain range. The Berkshires are absolutely gorgeous, especially in the fall. And so I think that, at Williams, what we really do great is striking that balance of really incredible academics and really getting to know your professors, but also getting to know your peers and just really being part of that community.
Yeah, all of you have great advice. Of course, you're the experts. The one thing I will say, as I'm sharing my screen here, on my ending screen, basically, is that contact these folks. They are the experts. They are really, truly here to find what's best for you, in your best interest. They want to make that connection. And if you have any questions, please jot down their contact information. If you haven't yet, please throw your information into the chat for these folks. It also is a part of our recording as well that people can access on the website. So with that, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our experts, to our panelists, sharing about your institutions and what makes them so great and so unique. If you're here with us live, you will have a quick survey as you leave. There are more sessions tonight that you can attend, and there will be more in the future. Sign up for the same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of this is available, like I've said before, and I put that same web address in the chat as well. So with that, I bid you farewell. Thank you so very much again to our panelists and everyone out there. Best of luck to you. Have a fantastic night.